Allie Bamberger was introduced to the game of basketball while quite literally being locked in a cage.
Growing up, he was a high school basketball coach, and I think from the time I was like 3 years old, there was a ball cage at his high school. It reached floor to ceiling all the way, and so they would put me in the ball cage while he was coaching, and there was a ton of balls, and I would just kind of crawl around. That's the first ever memory my dad tells me of basketball.
I'd take all the balls out of the cage, I'd put her in the cage, and I'd throw the balls in, and then I'd lock the top on top of her. And she would just sit there and play the whole 2.5 hours of play with the balls.
Just like that, a father-daughter bond was formed through basketball. And recently, it culminated into the two making NCAA history, becoming the only father-daughter duo to score 1,000 career points at the same school.
What was your initial reaction when you were told, hey, like, you two are the only two to have done this?
Disbelief. I actually started Googling. I'm looking at all these players, 1,000 points.
I knew that my dad had scored 1,000, all of that. Why I knew that is because my dad and I are super competitive. And so it was like, oh, if you beat my score as a Gale, like it was always that talk. I know he had scored 1,000 here, but I never kind of put two and two together that we'd be this father-daughter to do it at the same school. So that was pretty incredible.
The journey hasn't always been easy for Allie. She's had 2 knee surgeries and rehabbed for 16 months to get back on the court. Eric says it's that journey that makes him most proud.
You see the hard times. You see the good times. You see the some of the things you instilled in her or tried to instill in her, she accomplished and she took to heart and she went. And then she figured some things out on your own, and that's what you're like, wow, that's even more proud of her.
And for Allie, she found out transferring to St. Mary's and following in her dad's footsteps meant more to her than she realized.
I feel like it's brought us a little closer, It still doesn't stop him from coaching me and all of that, but like you said, I reached my 1,000-point career mark myself previous game, but then when I hit it 1,000 points as a Gale, that felt way more special to me knowing that I was doing it with my dad.